What's up YouTube, Poplar Mechanic here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 25-ton Yardworks log splitter. Alright guys, so before we split some wood, we're just going to take a look at the machine. When you first get the machine, the first thing you're going to want to do is put hydraulic oil in it. The fill cap's right here and the sight glass is here. With mine, in my case, I had to fill it a little bit after the line's filled just to keep it in sight. It's probably hard to see, but you will see it when you get one. You know, axles, tires, they're just pretty much standard tires. You know, you can't take this thing down the highway at 120k. You got a couple reflectors at the back, no big deal there. Moving on to the top, I did end up bending one of these plates. You know, it's not the most rigid stuff in the world, but it takes a lot of abuse and a lot of pressure from this wood, and that doesn't bother me at all. Moving on to the controls here, I mean, you've got your splitting head. Obviously this comes forward. This one's an interesting design. It's tapered so the top digs in first. It really seems to split well. The lever here, this will move your head forward there, split the wood, and then this one has an auto return as well. So you can click it back, and then once it hits back, it'll automatically come off. You got your hydraulic filter right here. Moving on to this side here, we've got you know, a super nice spring-loaded jack, so you can it's easy to lift up and manipulate. You can just lift it onto the ball, and then you've got the spring-loaded jack, which is nice. You need a 2-inch ball to pull this from factory anyways, and then it does come with a couple safety chains. Another feature about this splitter here is it's got this unique thing where you can pull this pin here. It's a spring load as well, and the whole machine will just tip up, and that way you can split some large rounds right on the ground, and I'll demonstrate that later. I got some huge ash pieces over there. So moving around to this side here, you've got the Champion engine on this thing. Now this is sort of what comes with the Canadian Tire brand stuff. It's been a good engine. Just, you're going to want to fill it with oil when you get it. It takes 1030, it says right here. And then another thing that I messed up on, I was having trouble starting mine, and what it ended up being is I overfilled the fuel tank. So we take this cap off here, you'll see this little red thing inside the tank. Do not fill it past that red point or your engine will not run. And if you happen to do that, either take some fuel out or just run it a little bit with the cap off and it'll straighten out. Moving down to this side, you've got your choke here and your fuel switch. So usually it just takes about one choke if it's been sitting for a while. You know, if I was splitting the day prior, it'll fire right up. Your kill switch is spring loaded, so it's always in the on position. You just use that to kill it. And that's pretty much it, guys. So we're gonna split a few varieties of wood. Like I just wanted to sort of demonstrate the power. So I've got some ash here, which is very hard wood. It's got knots in it and stuff like that, so we'll start with a piece like that, and then I've got some even larger stuff in the back there, and we'll put it in stand-up mode, and then we'll split it downward, and we'll see how that works out. And I mean, it's been a good little machine so far. I don't really have any complaints. I split all this wood with it. I did sell a little bit of it here and there, and I take some camping with me, but I mean, all in all, it's pretty good. So let's split some wood. guys, so you can see we split that large ash piece. Now, I mean, you can cut it up a little flatter and stuff like that. I just wanted to demonstrate that. So that one was a little bit tricky getting it in, but it just shows you the raw power of the 25 tons, right? And then once a guy breaks it down into pieces like this, it's real easy to manage. So what we're gonna do is we'll go ahead, I'll split the rest of this up, and then I'll show you guys one piece of like softer wood, because I mean it just destroys it. But I got a couple pieces kicking around, so we'll, like, this thing splits spruce and stuff like that like nothing. And then I'm gonna go grab one of those monsters and we'll put her up in stand-up mode, and then we'll demonstrate that. Alright guys, so here's just a piece of poplar. This stuff's fairly green, so it can be sinewy. Technically it is classified a hardwood, but we all know poplar isn't. We'll just give this a quick hit for the demonstration. Alright guys, so I'm just going to go ahead here and demonstrate how to get this into the up and down mode. It's very simple. You got a handle here and you just pull this pin. And it just pivots into that direction there. And now I'll show you this log. I got my axe in it, using it to hold the camera, but you can see it's a pretty huge piece. And I mean, yeah, I could bust the nut and lift it up there, but for demonstration purposes, we'll roll her in and we'll split her up. Okay, so that showed you guys the vertical mode. You know, obviously it's not as good, but it is nice just to break up some of those bigger chunks. That was a really tough piece of ash. And you can see these pieces here I can easily manage now and put them up and just split them normally. So that's what I'm gonna do. But anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.